So many businesses are still struggling to try and recover after the shutdown. Many will never recover. Many have already shut their doors. The airline industry is one of them. Well, if you have a fear of flying, this might, be the straw that broke the back. Boeing and Airbus planes were constructed with fake Chinese titanium that could cause their jets to break apart in midair. The FAA fears could fall apart. They have been falling apart while in flight. Hi everyone, I'm Mary with MaryGreeley News. Thank you very much for joining me. Please like, share, and subscribe. Airliners manufactured by Boeing and Airbus have components made from titanium that was sold with fake documentation. Everything's fake these days. We got fake news, fake job postings. Everything seems to be fake. But businesses concerned about your safety or saying they are concerned shouldn't be fake. Every one of these planes that could have the possibility of the Chinese fake titanium should be grounded. The Federal Aviation Administration revealed the problem after Boeing reported it to the agency when it was notified by part supplier Sprint Aero Systems. Sprint is the same company that made the door on the 737 MAX plane that suffered a door blowout on January 5th and began Boeing's recent spat of problems. Fake documentation certifying the authenticity of the titanium could mean it was not up to standard or testing to withstand the rigors of air travel. The FAA has launched an investigation into how the titanium, accompanied by potentially falsified records, was used in commercial jets produced by Airbus SE and Boeing. The titanium originated from a lesser-known Chinese producer and made its way into the supply chain, raising significant concerns. According to Sprint Aero Systems Holding, INC, the material was incorporated into parts via counterfeit documents. When this was identified, all suspected parts were quarantined and removed from Sprint production. But what about the ones that have already been put into the planes? This incident is part of a broader issue the aviation industry has faced regarding unauthorized parts entering the supply chain. Last year, a scandal was uncovered involving a UK company that had sold fake aircraft parts with forged documentations worldwide. The New York Times reported earlier on Friday that the suspected titanium was used in parts of Boeing 737 MAX and 787 Dreamline jets and the Airbus A220 model manufactured between 2019 and 2023. The FAA stated that Boeing had voluntarily disclosed that it was part of the production material through which a distributor who may have had provided falsified or incorrect records. The European Union Aviation Safety Agency is also conducting an investigation after being informed of the titanium traceability issue by its partner, aviation authorities in Italy. Boeing has assured us that it will remove any affected parts on airplanes prior to delivery, and that the in-service fleet can continue to fly safely. Talk's cheap. The integrity of every component used in the aviation industry relies on verified provenance to ensure safety and structural integrity. The suspected titanium was supplied by an unnamed Chinese company, allegedly using forged documentation to appear as if it originated from Baoji Titanium Industry, a reliable Chinese supplier. To make it even worse, they're not going to do any changes about the documentation and proving of documentation until this fall. The Aviation Supply Chain Integrity Coalition, which includes representatives from Boeing and Airbus, have been examining how to prevent unauthorized parts from entering the supply chain. Co-chair John Pocherry mentioned at a Washington conference that the group completed the research phase for a report due to come out this fall, which will contain recommendations for addressing the problem. Boeing evidently had issued a bulletin outlining ways suppliers could remain alert to the potential problem of falsified records. The problem was discovered after a part supplier found small holes in the titanium from corrosion. Sprint, which makes fuselages for Boeing and wings for Airbus, was testing the material to determine if it was up to standard and structurally sound enough. So evidently someone was making a buck by slipping in the fake titanium parts with the fake documentation. Yeah, they need to know who wrote it off and who accepted it. Sprint said the fake titanium was used in the 787 passenger entry doors, cargo doors, and a component that connects the engine to the plane's airframe, and a heat shield in the 737 MAX and A220 that protects the connecting components. Boeing and Airbus declined to say how many planes are currently flying with parts made from the undocumented titanium. They keep insisting that the planes containing the parts are safe to fly, but Boeing said it was removing affected parts from planes that haven't yet been delivered to airlines. I'm sorry, I'm not really that much of a lucky person. I'm the type of person that if anything could go wrong, it definitely does go wrong. I would not be willing to fly on one of these planes, basically playing Russian roulette with my life. Yeah, what do you think? Boeing said that some of the tests that they have done on the parts were made from the correct titanium alloy, which raises a question about why the documentation was falsified. Sprint said it was so far unable to determine if the metal was treated enough to meet aviation standards, adding that some of the parts did pass the test, but others failed. Other sources told the New York Times that the issue dates to 2019, when material supplier Turkish Aerospace Industry bought the batch of titanium from a Chinese supplier and then sold it to several other suppliers. So what are your thoughts? Put your comments down below. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I'll talk to you later. God bless you. Bye.